So divorce. Divorce is a topic that's kind of out and about everywhere. You kind of hear about it. Chances are everybody in this room has either dealt with it firsthand or has a friend or family that has gone through it. And while it's a really common thing, it doesn't make it any easier for people to deal with, okay? And it's not something that God intends for us or ever was for us to go through. So we're hoping that tonight will maybe help some of you that have gone through it. We don't want you to feel awkward and weird about it if you're going through it. You can use, us to sort of lay some of it down or help you through it, okay? But in order for us to understand what divorce is, we need to understand what the sacrament of matrimony is about. So lucky for you guys, a couple of months ago, we were doing sacraments and we talked about matrimony. And Brad and I did this somewhat slightly awkward conversation. So tonight we're just going to end all that. But anyways, so I'm wondering if any of you can tell me what marriage is. Matrimony. The sacrament. What is it?
The joining of a man and a woman.
No, I want a team.
Here we go, regurgitation.
The joining of a man and a woman, holy matrimony.
Wow, where did you get that?
I don't know, someone really smart.
Oh!
That was probably because I said it in my talk. No, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody been to a wedding?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really good. Okay, so what happens at a wedding? Okay. That does happen. Okay, I'll paraphrase for you. So two people, ideally a man and a woman, get married in front of their friends and their family and in front of God, and they profess their love for one another, and they promise to love one another until
Death do you part.
Okay. And they make this promise, and it's like Christ's promise to love and protect the church, and they're joined together as one flesh, one body, one soul. So in Genesis, if you've been to a wedding, chances are you've heard this reading in which they say that is why a man leaves his father and mother and clings to his wife, and the two of them become one body. So, to go over the math, because I'm a little mathematically challenged, two become one, okay? And in order for you guys to kind of get this visual a little bit more, and maybe help you out with this whole divorce concept, we're going to do a little visual aid tonight, because I know we all love visual aid. So Brad, up on the table.
You're not the boss of me.
Get up on the table. Move it.
I don't want to stop and then restart that camera.
All right. So for the purpose of visual aid, Brad's leg is going to represent the man in the union. Just for the knee there. Can you lay your leg down straight?
Yes, that is what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're going to have to do.
So Brad's leg.
It's not that hairy. No, I've seen it.
Again, there is worse. Okay, so Brad's leg is the man, all right? So in order for you to get this one unit, so I went out shopping and I picked out the woman. So the woman, no, the woman is going to be represented by what?
No! You are David Queen.
Okay. So when the man and the woman are united in matrimony, they become one flesh. Okay?
You are not. This is why I don't sign up for these things.
Okay. So while I'm just stirring this up, because I want to make sure that it's okay for Brad, I really don't want to hurt him, right? Another thing with the sacrament of matrimony is that it has a covenantal aspect. So I'm not sure if we've really talked a lot about covenants this year, but covenants are like a little contract that people have with God. So when you get married in a church, you're having this little contract not only between you and your partner, your spouse, whether it's your wife or your husband, but God is also involved in that, okay? And it's important to note that when you get married,
YouTube superstar.
it's important to note that when you get married, you're not like, there's all those celebrities that have those, whimsical weddings. It's like, oh, you're my boyfriend of the day, so let's go and get married. Marriage has a little bit more of a deeper value to it, so it's really important to, think before you leave, okay? So, I'm just gonna... No, you're okay. You're okay. Okay.
Oh, why?
All right. So, how's that? Is that nice?
Pretty scalding.
Is it scalding? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll be quick about it. All right. Okay. So, the man and the wife.
You've been dreaming of this day for like years.
I have. So, the man and the wife are one unit with God. So, God is the plot, okay? So we have 3 people in the marriage, all right? But, so you got the husband and the wife, and you got God. And when you get married, it's okay, Brad. So when you get married, sometimes, there's more people that are involved in that marriage, right? So you have children, so you get more than that that are involved. So it's important to note that when you get a divorce, not only does it affect the man and the woman, it affects the whole people. Okay, so when you get a divorce, it literally and spiritually separates you from God. So, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
You are inhuman.
I'm not bleeding.
Okay.
Much.
Oh, why?
Okay.
It's like a small animal.
It's my new pet. I will call him Harry.
Here you go. Okay.
Inhuman.
I should apparently be an esthetician. Okay. So, Brad, was that painful?
Yes, actually very painful.
Okay. So,
And is still stinging right now.
you might want to leave your leg out.
Okay.
Okay. So, did you like that visually?
No.
You can tell which teens like me and which teens like you right there.
That was disturbing.
But I'm hoping that it kind of gave you a little bit of an aspect of what happens when a divorce happens, okay? So you literally have things ripped apart when a divorce happens. But not only does a divorce affect the man and the wife, it affects if there's children, if there's, parents or aunts and uncles, cousins, etc. And it can actually go out to on a community level and can really sever relationships outside of just the home. And I've kind of had my own personal experience with that. Actually, now, because of how old I am, my parents have actually spent more time not together than they have spent together. When I was 17, my dad left, and it was a pretty hard thing for me to deal with. So I think you sort of get to a point in your life where you realize your parents just don't get along. And I was 10 when I realized that my parents just don't get along. And then I was 11 and they were still together, and I was 12 and they were still together, and so on. And so you just sort of get to this point where you think, okay, they're miserable together, but they're just going to stay together. And when it actually happened, it was devastating. I refused to talk to my dad for about 2 months. And it took a long time for that healing process to go on. And so, I want you to know that if you're going through it, there's those of us that are here that have gone through it and are still going through it. I mean, I still have awkward Easter suppers, birthday parties, Christmas. Actually, my wedding day, I spent in between pictures yelling at my parents to shut up. And it was my day, not their day. And if they were going to fight, they needed to go down to the garage because I wasn't dealing with it. Which kind of did the trick, actually. It's a little bit of child guilt to the parents works great.